What's up, guys? This is Preston from Exotic Car Blacklist, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. I've been debating on getting a cold air intake for the 6.4 liter beast. I've kind of been on the line about, should I go cold air or should I not buy an aftermarket cold air intake? And these are kind of like my thoughts on it, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section. Just to start the video here, the cars already have great intake systems on them, right? So upgrading for me and the research that I've done and what I've learned about these cars is that the intake systems or the air intake systems are already good, meaning that there's not much upgrade you're going to do by buying an aftermarket system for it besides aesthetics, which are the looks for it. The wide bodies, are a little bit different than the scat packs themselves, like the regular scat packs non-wide bodies, and the difference is going to be the grill. So those of you at scat packs know you have your holes on the grill right here for air, and the hole on the regular scat pack that sits right here in the grill feeds air into the cold air intake. So meaning that when you look down in between here on your cold air intake, you'll actually see a tube that runs in that area there to the front grill, which feeds the cold air from here into your intake box. And what that does is provide you with more air inside of the vehicle, or provide you with adequate air inside the vehicle. So there is no reason to upgrade to a cold air intake when you have the regular scat packs. Let's just start there, okay? As far as the Chargers, I'm pretty sure that the Challengers have the same front end and the same amount of airflow going into them from the box, but I know for a fact that the Hellcats have this feature. So a lot of people will take these vehicles here, this box here, and they'll put Hellcat intake and boxes on them because the Hellcats have the air going through the front end as well. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, but unfortunately, we don't have that front tube on ours. So an upgrade that we can do on ours will be to put that front tube on there. I personally, again, don't think that's worth it either, because you got to make tremendous power before that actually even comes into play. This have been dyno tested, and I'm sure there's links out there. You can get in forums, you can go to many forums. This conversation is a big topic, but even dyno tested, there is no performance increase from adding a cold air intake from other suppliers onto these cars, because the intake on here is actually a really good intake. It's the same for the exhaust. There are people that have done full exhaust on our cars, and they're barely getting maybe 5 horsepower out of it, if that. And a lot of the times adding cold air intakes on these vehicles will actually make it run worse, because, and what I mean by that is, it's not going to be a upgrade for you, it's going to be a downgrade, because then once this box is removed and it's no longer sucking air from the outside into the vehicle, is then sucking hot air from under the hood into your intake. So let's think about the logic behind that. You're buying a cold air intake to suck in hot air under the hood. Even if, so let me move my phone. So even if I close my hood, you see I have my hood scoop here, but with a closed hood, it's literally not going to suck the air in to that intake there, because it's going to be recirculating the air under the hood compared to the design that it have now. So for me, it would benefit me to do a Hellcat filter or Hellcat box and filter here, because it would help me out. But I wouldn't even do the box personally, because with the wide bodies, they actually made from the bottom to the middle to the top to be able to allow that air in. And as you see through my front end, my radiator is right there at the front, getting all the air to the radiator. And the scoop is actually beneficial because it keeps the motor cold. So in essence, I wouldn't do a cold air intake upgrade on my car, because I would hurt performance instead of help it. Because again, the cold air intake is going to recirculate the air under the hood. There's nowhere for the car to pull that cold air into, besides, maybe through the grill right here. But I just don't think that's a good design. I wouldn't personally buy one. This filter here, this design here, is actually very, very, very optimal to what this car's performance is. And you got to think, guys, they don't build these cars with that, without that in mind. This is actually something that's in mind as they build them. So this is going to be a very, very capable intake system for our cars currently. If anything, only change the filter to the Hellcat filter because it allows more airflow through it. So these are reasons why I personally wouldn't recommend a cold air intake, but to each his own, and everybody, you know, has their own take and view on why they want a cold air intake, you know, from aesthetics to maybe they think they're going to make more power out of it. But guys, again, if anything, upgrade that box, upgrade that filter to allow that filter to run through here on the wide bodies. That would be the only thing that I would do. So that way you're injecting cold air straight through the grill into the filter. But on the wide bodies, these filters here, this box and this filter setup is plenty good enough. Unless you're making hella power on your scat pack, there is no reason to upgrade it. So I personally am not going to upgrade to a cold air intake. I hope you guys took something away from this, and you know, make sure it makes sense when you're doing your upgrades. Like, think about it logically, think it through. That's not a good upgrade for our cars, in my opinion, and some would differ. But you know, just make it make sense, as I always tell y'all. So I personally won't be doing a cold air intake upgrade on my 2020 Dodge Charger Scat Pack wide body SRT because I'm powered by SRT. Again, I do recommend that Hellcat box with that tube that runs through the front. Some of the Scat Packs have it, 9-wide body. The Hellcats have it too. Upgrade your Hellcat 9-wide bodies to that filter from the Hellcat, which is actually better than a lot of these aftermarket ones that's out there. And upgrade that box itself if you don't have that tube running to it. That would be all I would do to my car. I'm not going to do it myself again because I like what I have on there, but that would be the best upgrade as far as getting cold air into that motor. So guys, thank you for coming to watch this video. You know, just make it make sense for you. I don't recommend cold air intakes for these reasons in the video, but thank you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, because everybody has a different opinion on this. You know, I would love to hear what some of you guys think about it. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next video. Holla at your boy, and I am out.